What do you think about this thing that came out of nowhere last week, which was all this talk about revamping, remodeling, renovating Alcatraz? Okay, you had the same thought I did. Now, Daisy was all about it. When we talked about it, she was like, I think this could be great. And so Trump was asked about it yesterday, and here's what he said.
Where did you get the idea for reopening Alcatraz?
Just an idea I've had, and I guess because the judges, so many of these radicalized judges, they want to have trials for every single, think of it, every single person that's in our country illegally, that came in illegally. That would mean millions of trials, and it's just so ridiculous what's happening. And it's long been a symbol, Alcatraz, of whatever it is. I mean, you know, it's a sad symbol, but it's a symbol of law and order. And, you know, it's got quite a history, frankly. Yeah. So I think we're going to do that, and we're looking at it right now.
They're looking at it. They're looking at it.
Is our goal to save money?
Well, this definitely would not meet that goal. It does seem like very
to $2 billion to revamp it. It was only open for 29 years. At the height of it, it had about 270 prisoners a day.
Yeah.
It is not easy to get to.
Well, that's the point, though, right? They want
practical.
But they want that isolation. They want the worst of the worst to feel how isolated from society they are. That's the point.
But you're not, because if you're outside, you can see San Francisco over a beautiful view.
I mean, you can see it, but like...
And you don't want to go there. It smells like pee.
I mean, that's true. Scott Jennings was asked about his thoughts on Alcatraz reopening, and here is what he said.
Reopening a prison that's been closed for many, many decades because it just doesn't make sense to house people there. Why?
Well, does it? I don't know. He said he was going to study it. I mean, we have a prison overcrowding problem. You've been fussing about recently him sending American criminals overseas to their prisons. Don't we need more prisons in the United States? What's wrong with it?
Okay. Well, okay.
I mean, what's the matter?
All right, let's take it.
I mean, what's the matter? What's the matter with the idea?
The cost. And by the way, if you've never been there, and I have, it's incredible because you realize, okay, you're out in the middle. And now remember, there are 36 attempts of escaping. 5 bodies were never recovered. Is there a possibility that some of them may have gotten ashore? Well, we would have known. No, the whole goal of escaping prison is for you to never know.
Right.
And is it possible that could, you know, I mean, what are you going to house? Maybe 1,000 people there? Well, if we have millions that are here, 1,000's not doing a lot, and not for 1.6 billion.
Well, I think, and Daisy's point was that how much do we really need to renovate it? Don't we want it to just be an absolute crap hole? Like, we don't want people to be comfortable and in a high-tech environment. We want them to feel like they're in the worst place on earth.
Yeah, but the thing is, the issue is this is supposed to be for migrants. You can only hold them for a few days. So it's not like they're going to be there for 25 years in solitary confinement. And by the way, modern prisons are awful compared to Alcatraz. So, you know, I mean, it's neat. When I went there, this is really weird. You can stay there if you have a Boy Scout group. You can stay on the island overnight.
Seriously?
Yeah, you can. And because it's national park, well, it's run by the national parks, but you go there. And when I went there, and it was about a little over a decade, maybe 15 years ago, prison guards and former prisoners gave us the tour.
Is that right?
And by the way, not everybody was the worst of the worst back in the day. Like some of the guys that were in there, they were like, they robbed a bank. They never killed anybody, you know, but there was the worst of the worst. You get to see the Birdman where he had his stuff. You get to see where the brothers, you know, did all their things when they made the escape and all that. But it is interesting. It's neat. I mean, it's a giant rock. And so why they call it the Rock. It's in the middle of, you know, it's not too far off the island. But if we're thinking about saving money, I mean, I said yesterday, why don't we do what Joe Arpaio did in Arizona? Set up big tents, put people there for 3, 4, 5 days. And the due process, it's not about trials. It's, okay, you're here illegally. You didn't have asylum. You didn't even apply for it. No, you have to leave. And off you go. That's how long it takes. Now, if you've applied for asylum, there's a little bit more to it. But
Right.
we can work through this stuff in a much quicker way. But do what Joe Arpaio did. Set up giant yurts outside. We got plenty of land. And, treat them humanely, feed them, get them in and out rather quickly, get some more judges, and we can work through it. But it's still, this is where I always become the bearer of bad news. I went through both Gronk and Chat GPT and several others that my uncle and I have put together. And if we were to get rid of everybody with nobody coming here, it would take about, depending how many people we have, 11 million, 13 million, 20 million, about 3.5 decades.
God, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Partly because let's say we have 20 million people that are here. We have 5,500 ICE agents that are actually working on a daily basis that are out there trying to get people. The numbers, right? It's a numbers game. Last week, what was everybody talking about? Could 100 guys beat a gorilla? Right? That was the big story. And why? Because of numbers. We just don't have the numbers or the money. And that's what Congress needs to do. Allocate money to get judges and more people on the streets.
Well, the problem too, of course, is that Biden allowed all of these illegals to claim asylum. Like there was a whole app to do exactly that. And it was all by design, as we clearly know now, in order to create just this fiasco, which is that they got here illegally and we can't move them because we have due process, which they should have in the way that you described. You got here illegally, boom, you're out. Here's your deportation order. There's your due process. You didn't come in the right way. The end. But now with all of these asylum claims that Joe Biden facilitated, now we've got the big holdup. And they've
used the asylum for years. It was just never as easy as Joe made it.
This is their new product from Healthy Cell. It's glucose support. This is amazing stuff, you guys. It's got berberine, which is notoriously impossible to absorb into your system. But Healthy Cell, of course, all of their products, all of their supplements absorb into your body 165% better than any tablet or capsule or pill that you have to choke down. So if you are taking it through Healthy Cell, you're absorbing it. It's also got cinnamon bark extract and banaba leaf extract. All of these things help your insulin function. It helps balance your blood sugar. You're supposed to take it before meals, and then it sort of you take it like 30 minutes before a meal, and it helps also metabolize glucose with chromium, aloe vera powder, and again that cinnamon bark extract and the berberine. This stuff is amazing, and it tastes like apple cinnamon. How they do this, I have no idea, but it's just one of the many reasons that I love taking Healthy Cell products, because they taste like a treat. They taste yummy, you guys. And you can check it out by going to healthycell.com/chicks. When you use code chicks, you're going to get 20% off your first order. So if you're somebody who struggles with insulin balancing, this is your product. Healthycell.com/chicks, code chicks.